yesterday, the Pirates took the opener fueled by back-to-back homers in the eighth. The Nationals returned the favor with a late-inning comeback in Game 2. Relax and watch Jason Marquis in the series finale.
Washington Nationals baseball. Washington Nationals baseball.
Pirates and the Nats on a hot, muggy day in D.C. Big-time storms in the area last night, and things are humid. These teams have really had some great battles, and there's a new all-star in the ballpark. In fact, there are two of them. Our guy is Tyler Clippard. Great ERA, great opponent's batting average. Very rare for a setup guy to get an award like this. Joel Hanrahan, by the way, goes for the Pirates with his 24 saves. Bob and FP, and a great day for Tyler Clippard. And FP, you and I talked about this a little while ago. You really have to do some research to find any setup guys who even get considered for an all-star game.
Yeah, just a testament to the season that Tyler Clippard is having. He's been amazing so far, and I think because the fact that the all-star game matters now, you're going to have guys, situational guys like Tyler Clippard, making the team even more. Bruce Bochy and the Giants won the World Series because they had home field advantage. So maybe the all-star game does mean something, and congratulations to Tyler Clippard.
Absolutely, and there is one guy who can come up next to him in the dugout and say, hey, it's a great feeling, isn't it? And that's Pudge Rodriguez, who's been on a lot of all-star teams. Over 2,840 hits and one of the biggest ones last night.
Yeah, and with this ball club, it seems like it's a different guy every night. I know it's cliche, but Matt Stairs the first night of the series, Pudge yesterday, Michael Morris, Danny Espinosa. I mean, they've been spreading out the walk-offs and the big hits lately, so sign of a good ball club that you're not always relying on one guy. It's been a bunch of different guys so far for the Nats.
The Nats have played in what you would call 45 close games this year, 15 and 15 in one-run games, 7 and 8 in two-run games. It seems like every night is a struggle. So today, good pitching matchup, couple of right-handers, and one of them for the Pirates, a 10-game winner.
Yeah, Kevin Correa has been fantastic this year, but you know what? A sinker ball guy, he's been good on the road. I'm looking for a nice bounce-back start from Jason Marquis. Tough last time out against Anaheim. We struggled. Remember all the balls in the dirt? That was the game. There was errors behind him. The infield was tough. So, like we saw with John Lannon last night, Jason Marquis looking for a bounce-back start.
Correa over from San Diego as a free agent for the Pirates, and he's doing a big-time job for them. Joel Hanrahan is 24 for 24, and he's going to the All-Star game. Congratulations to our ex-national friend. And Drew Storen is pitching well enough to be an All-Star. How about save number 20 for the youngster last night? Game 4, straight ahead. Brought to you by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. And by Hyundai, introducing the Hyundai Assurance Trade-in Value Guarantee. See your Hyundai dealer for details. A lot of tickets have been scanned this weekend. The Nats had a wonderful crowd of almost 40,000 here for the doubleheader yesterday. Wonderful fireworks display after the ball game. And today, a hot day. It's 90 degrees and the humidity is up to 55%. Visit Train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. It's hard to stop a train. Pirates are hitting .241, 13th in the league, 14th in runs, and 12th in home runs. Andrew McCutchen, you never know when an injury over the next week or so might get him onto the All-Star team. He has a .390 on-base percentage, and he's hitting lights out against the Nats, including 6 for 11, every one of them an extra base hit. A home run and 2 RBIs in this series. Why shouldn't he be batting either third or a cleanup for a young ball club? And Jason Marquis goes to the mound against the Pirates in his career. He's seen them a lot. 27 games, 23 starts, 12-6.
And last time out, loss in Anaheim, Jason Marquis went 5 innings, allowed 4 runs on 8 hits. He tied a season high with 4 walks. Really fought it the whole game. If you remember, a lot of balls in the dirt. Wilson Ramos blocking balls left and right. He did have 8 ground ball outs that bailed him out. 2-seam cutter, slider, curve, change for Jason Marquis. The defense behind Jason Marquis for the Nats today, Bernadina and Keelworth in the outfield. And Keel gets the start in center field. Desmond Zimmerman on the left side. Espinosa and Matt Stairs is at first base today. Wilson Ramos doing the catching. Matt Stairs was out there early today taking ground balls. Alex Cora was at shortstop throwing balls in the dirt to Stairs. So he found his glove today and he's playing first.
Probably would have been a great shortstop had some other guy in his own organization not bumped him off that position in the minors years ago.
Yeah, he was playing shortstop. I came in, they moved him to third base, and we each had about 30 errors at the All-Star break in A-ball. So we both became utility guys.
Adrian Johnson, the 4-year umpire behind the plate. And here's the leadoff man, Alex Presley, stepping in. He's had a good series. This guy 4 for 12 with an RBI. 7 hits in his first 6 major league ball games, and it's right down the middle from Jason Marquis at 1:37 Eastern Time. Wilson Ramos working with Marquis today. And for Jason, his 261st career start, working with a rookie receiver. And that ball flared out to left for a base hit. It'll move Bernadina over to the gap. And now Alex Presley has 5 hits in this series.
Impressive. He's been impressive every single game. Just a simple swing right there, not trying to do too much, going the other way. And now the Pirates have their leadoff man on with a little bit of heat.
Well, these guys are playing pedal to the metal. They know that when Jose Tabata comes back, Steve Pearce, Ryan Domit, Pedro Alvarez, they most likely, at least most of them, will be back at AAA Indianapolis, but they're making the most of their opportunities now with the Pirates. Little tapper. Marquis has to wait for it. Espinosa right through the wickets. Was Danny hurrying with the hands, thinking about a double play? First and third, nobody out.
You know, sometimes being so good defensively has a tendency to get you in trouble. Right here, I don't know if that's a double play ball. We've seen Darno in this series so far steal some bases. He's very fast, so as soon as that ball's chopped off the plate, Jason Marquis, almost like a sacrifice bunt situation, just trying to get the lead out. And you see Danny Espinosa right there trying to make the double play, and I think that's where he went wrong. You stretch right there, you get the out, you move on to the next guy. Now you got serious stress inning right out of the gate.
Interesting call. They're going to give an error to the throw on that to Marquis. I mean, the throw is right in the middle of the bag. That's a strike. So that's a fielder's choice. And then the E1 allows the base runner to go to third. Nationals with their 50th error of the year. And that's the third one they've made in this 4-game series. They made 2 on Friday night. Garrett Jones on a count of 0-1. Dangerous left-handed batter who's hit 9 homers and driven in 30. Marquis keeping the ball down. 1 ball, 1 strike.
It becomes a very stressful inning all of a sudden. You talk about Kevin Correa. He's 8-2 on the road this year. A 2.69 ERA. So he's been very stingy on the road. You don't want to give up too many runs in the first inning.
That's really good for the Nats. Ryan Zimmerman under the pop-up. Big first out. And Marquis, who keeps the ball down, always has the double play possibility, but a blindingly fast runner coming into the batter's box, Andrew McCutchen. Since June 22nd, the Nats starters are the second in all of baseball. They've been trailing the Phillies in that department for the most part. Kevin Correa, as FP said, a road warrior with a great ERA to go with the wins. And the Nats have really played well under or behind Marquis here at home. Jason's gone 6 innings or more 12 times this year, 7 or more 4 times. McCutchen, 43 RBIs stepping in. And Marquis gets ahead of him right in there with a fastball. This kid having a big series. 6 hits and 11 at bats with a home run. And as we said the other night, budding star here, 24 years of age. Targets in. Base hit. Pittsburgh leads 1-0. For a change, McCutchen doesn't get an extra base hit, but the Pirates like it. RBI number 44.
I'm going to check out the swings from Andrew McCutchen. Just a sinker down in the zone. He went down and got it. Now, a hot hitter's going to beat a good pitch, and he's been hot this whole series. Right down by the label, but he squared that baseball up. Very simple swing right there, not a whole lot to it. And keep an eye on Jason Marquis. For him to be successful, he has to pound the bottom of the zone. So far today, the sinker's been in the top of the zone. So he's throwing strikes, but with Marquis, it's quality of strikes. And his 2-seamer is running and breaking off the table. That's when he's good.
No matter what happens, Presley's run is unearned because he was supposed to be out at second base on the fielder's choice. Still only 1 out and runners at first and second. Jason Marquis threw 25 pitches in his most recent first inning Tuesday at Anaheim. Runner going, great jump. Throw is high and late as Chase Darno stole that on the pitcher.
And that's why the throw to second base, you're not going to get a double play on Darno. Look at the speed right there. And Neil Walker just takes that pitch all the way. Very rarely do you see a guy flat out steal third base with a left-handed hitter up there. Wilson Ramos had a clear throwing lane. And like you said, Bobby just stole that off Jason Marquis. Great jump.
And you made the point. That's not a guy that Espinosa was going to double up on that ground ball back to Marquis. So the Nats have made some unforced errors here in the first inning. Could cost him 2 runs. 2-1 now to Neil Walker, who is 9th in the National League in RBIs. That would surprise a lot of people. He's 4 for 6 career with an RBI against Marquis. Double play guy, if you can get a ground ball, he's hit into a team leading 10 of those. And Jason stays outside, 3-1.
Another key for Jason Marquis today is keeping his team off the field. You got a hot day out there, a day game after a doubleheader. It drains you standing out there. Even if you're not doing anything, just standing out there in the heat, you're on defense a long time. It affects your offense.
Target away on 3-1. Nationals at home are 10 games over 500 at 24-14. Pirates on the road doing okay. Lyle Overbay and company 23-21 away from their PNC Park. Pirates are a game over 500. The Nats are right at 42-42. 3-2 with one out. We'll see if McCutchen goes off first. He does. And that will make it 2-0. And McCutchen can cruise over to third base as the hits keep on coming for the Pirates. The Nats made a mistake, and Pittsburgh is making them pay dearly. 3 hits in the inning around the error and the stolen base.
The ground ball all season long has been Jason Marquis' best friend. He's had a fantastic two-seam fastball for the majority of the season. And that's a pretty good pitch, too. The pitch before that was up. That was down, and just went and dug that baseball out and hit it to left field. So another good piece of hitting by the Pirates. And they're beating some good pitches right now.
I'll tell you who gets a lot of credit in this series. And it's somebody you never mention. The opposing team's hitting coach. Scoring is McCutchen. Walker to third on a base hit by Lyle Overbay. I don't know what kind of magical formula Greg Ritchie has with some of these young Pirates, but you got to give a lot of credit to their approach when you see that swing from Walker a moment ago, and now line drives all over the ballpark. A big crooked number on the board for the Bucks early.
Yeah, a little 20-second timeout from pitching coach Steve McCatty going out there to tighten Jason Marquis up. And he's throwing strikes. But like we've talked about already in this game, it's quality of strikes with Jason Marquis. Is he hitting his spot? Is he getting ahead of the hitters? And so far, the Pirates haven't figured out. Some balls up in the strike zone. They beat a couple of good pitches. They've been aggressive on the base pass. And like you said, Bob, taking advantage of a big early error.
Pirates are averaging more than 10 hits a game in this series. 32 of them coming into this one. Now they've racked up 4 already. And it's down to the number 7 hitter, Brandon Wood. But what you're seeing here is a bunch of workman-like hitters not trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark, making contact and hitting line drives against a quality pitcher. Now Wood takes a big one-handed swing on a breaking ball. He's hitting .218.
And sometimes you need to establish that breaking ball early. It slows you down and helps you stay back, find your release point, and get you out front. Good call by Wilson Ramos and Steve McCatty to go first pitch slider.
Number 8 hitter Michael McHenry, the catcher, waiting. As mentioned, Marquis 25 pitches in Anaheim, first inning the other night. His next pitch will be number 20. Here. In the air, out behind short for Ian Desmond. 2 outs.
So he's gotten a couple of big pop-ups with runners on third, less than 2 outs. The pop-up to third base by Garrett Jones, and that one right there to Ian Desmond. And usually with Jason Marquis, when he's in trouble, he gets the double play. So he'll take the pop-ups right now, trying to wiggle out of this jam.
Marquis didn't give up any runs in Anaheim in that 25-pitch first inning Tuesday, but he's given up 3 here. And the number 8 hitter will be the rookie catcher McHenry, 2 for 4 with a walk and a couple of sacrifices in this series. Front door on that one for a strike.
was a strike, but it was up. He is trying to lower his sights right now and work the bottom of the zone.
That ball hammered out to left center. Rick Ankiel after it, and he's under it at the edge of the track. Big inning for the Pirates. They put 3 on the board on 4 hits. Be busy today. 232, lowest batting average in the league. National starting lineup packaged by the UPS store. We love logistics. Danny Espinosa. Well, you never know when somebody might get injured between now and next Sunday, and he has some all-star worthy numbers. He's owning it here at home, and they have him back in the number 2 spot today. Matt Stairs, the first baseman, batting cleanup. So sitting out today, Michael Morris, Lance Nix not in the lineup. And these guys will have to get some good swings at a quality pitcher, Kevin Corrêa, who came over from San Diego. Now last year, 10-10. The year before that, 12-11. And this year, FP, 10 W's already.
Yeah, last time out, one of 5 major league pitchers to join the 10-win club. Tuesday night at Toronto, we went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs on 5 hits, walked 1, and struck out 3 through 94 pitches. He leads the majors in road wins. He's 8-2 with a 2.69 and 10 road starts this year. Opponents are hitting 260 against Kevin Corrêa. Fastball, slider, curveball, cutter, changeup. The fastball runs about 90 miles an hour. 2-seam fastball sinking all over the place. It's up to the Nationals hitters to elevate Kevin Corrêa, get him up in the zone.
Roger Bernadina takes one low. Roger in the series 2 for 9 with 4 walks and a solo home run. Hitting 260, on base percentage of .324. Shows bunt. And by the way, if Corrêa wins today, he'll become one of only 5 Pirate pitchers to have 11 wins before the All-Star break in the last 50 years. Doc Ellis, Ken Brett, Steve Blass, and Jim Bibby able to do that for the Pirates. Hard hit on a hop. Darno stays right with it, plays it perfectly.
Defense for the Pirates today. Presley in left, McCutchen in center, Jones in right, Darno and Wood on the left side, Walker and Overbay on the right side, and Michael McHenry doing the catching.
Danny Espinosa will be next against Corrêa, who has a career record of 46-49. Danny Espinosa in this series, 4 base hits. Saw Corrêa 3 times last year and has 2 hits against him. Actually, that was this year. And Danny steps in at 243. He's just got some numbers that are steadily climbing. Hit under 200 a long time from the left side of the plate. He's got that rising from 216. And Danny may be in the 250s by the time next Sunday and the All-Star break roll around. A chopper right side, Walker. 2 quick outs.
His approach from the left side's been much better since he got rid of the leg kick. He's been keeping his foot close to the ground, battling with 2 strikes. And anytime it's your first go around the major leagues, you're a rookie, you start to, it's a feeling out process. In April, struggled a little bit. Then all of a sudden in May and June, you start hitting the baseball, you start hitting jacks, you start getting a lot of notoriety for your defense, and that translates into your offense. You're just watching a guy mature at the highest level, and there is no better feeling than succeeding at the highest level. For Danny Espinosa right now, the confidence level is higher than it's ever been.
I know this has been a subject of a lot of conversation in the talk shows, how far some of the Nationals' right-handed batters stand from home plate. If Adrian Johnson gives Kevin Correa that pitch all day long, somebody's going to have to go diving, hitting the ball to right field. He stays out there but misses further out this time. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Wonder where those guys on the talk shows stand in the batter's box.
Oh, they all stand real close and hit 400.
They get right on the plate?
But I'm not talking just about the callers either. One and one to Zimmerman. Ryan in this series, 1 RBI, 2 walks, but he's 0 for 11. Normally hits the Pirates very well. There's no Michael Morse in the lineup today. Matt Stairs is next, and then Worth in the number 5 spot.
And where you stand in the batter's box is just a comfort thing. Most guys don't move around.
Hate to be standing any closer on that pitch, wouldn't you?
If he was closer right there, he'd have wore one right in the coconut. But it's just a comfort thing. Every once in a while, you get up in the box. If the guy has a good split, you want to catch it out in front of the plate, as we look at the 2-seamer from Correa that gets away. But it's probably a place that you've been standing your whole life.
Up and in again.
And to me, as a former hitting coach, I would tell my guys, you put your hands where they'd be at contact, and you drop your bat. So out of your hands, you drop the baseball bat. And if your bat is covering the outside half of the plate, you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if Ryan Zimmerman or Wilson Ramos or whoever's off the plate puts their hand in the strike zone as they're going to hit the baseball and they drop their bat, they definitely have plate coverage.
Zimmerman hammers one up the middle, and that pitch was on the outer half. The key to it, don't try to pull it. Do what the pitcher gives you. Michael Morse not in the lineup today, leading off the 8th inning last night, hit by the pitch, and FP had led to the game-winning rally.
The hard way. We saw the bump on his forearm when he got to first base, and a lot of times that bump is because you have your wrist taped so tight, there's nowhere for the blood to go, but that was a direct hit, and it was ugly. So Michael Morse with the day off, Matt Stairs getting the start, and everybody get on their computer and vote for Michael Morse. I already did. 25 times before the game.
Going to be some stiff competition. The Philly fans will be all over Victorino, and the Rockies fans, with the Rockies coming in here next weekend, will be all over that, trying to send Todd Helton to one more All-Star game.
It's kind of a pain because you have to type in the validation key every single time you vote, so it's a 5-digit number that you keep having to type in, but it takes a minute. You click on your American League guy, you click on your National League guy, and you go. And I voted for Adam Jones in the American League. He impressed me in the interleague series against the Nats.
High chopper beyond the mound. Matt Stairs a chance for an infield hit. Safe.
And believe it or not, back in the day, Matt Stairs used to be very fast, but I'll guarantee you that's his first infield hit in a long, long time. Just chops it off the plate, and check it out, he's smelling it right out of the box. Darno with a nice bare hand throw. Let's check out Matt Stairs. He still got some wheels? Got that tight calf, so maybe that's hurting him a little bit. But nobody happier than that guy right there with an infield single to start the game up today.
If Matt had hockey skates on, he would have beaten that by 20 feet. But he can still put him down. And the Nats have 2 on, 2 out now for Jason Worth. That ball hit right on the plate.
I walked by Davy Johnson today. I saw the lineup, and I said, tell your infielders to aim low. And Matt Stairs is playing first.
Worth takes a fastball up and in. Jason in this series, 3 for 12 with an RBI and a walk. Two for 8 career against Kevin Correa. Now Worth is a guy who really jams the plate for his size. You can tell how the Pirates want to pitch him. Center fielder McCutchen over toward the gap, probably about 5 or 6 steps. And then Garrett Jones is more than 5 or 6 steps off his usual position in right. Big gap in left center. They're keeping the ball away from Worth, 1 and 2. And here's what has bothered Jason and the Nats all year, the 2-strike count when he appears to be expecting something off speed and they buzz him with a fastball. He's had a hard time reacting. A lot of taken 3rd strikes this year.
42% of the Jason Worth's strikeouts are looking. The major league average, 24%.
He has fanned 79 times. So he's got to be fastball ready here. And breaking ball reaction. Hot hitting Rick Ankiel on deck. On a pitch outside, Jason Worth strikes out. Nats will leave a couple, and after a long first inning, Pirates lead 3-0.
Than when Jason Marquis is down in the strike zone. So far today he's been up, and when he is good, he is in the lower half of the strike zone. He talks about it all the time. I have to pound the lower half of the strike zone. You look at this pitch right here, bam. When Jason Marquis is good and he is on fire and he's locked in, that's where he's at. So you see the difference today, up in the strike zone, a tough first inning, but we've seen him have tough first innings before and figured out, make the adjustments, the veteran that he is. Getting that ball out in front and getting on top of it, lowering his sights and pounding the lower half of the strike zone. We're talking about the ground ball meter with Jason Marquis. His 3 outs in the first inning were fly ball outs.
Marquis getting ahead, 8 for 9 first pitch strikes, first time through the order. But some of them were center cut and were hit for base hits. Kevin Correa is a 113 career hitter with 9 RBIs this year, facing Marquis. To lead off the second, he is 1 for 30. Not anymore. That's the pitcher, for some reason, not going to second base. Very unaggressive trip around the bases. I mean, he could have strolled to second. He stopped. And then when Bernadina had a hard time against the wall, he had nowhere to go.
And look at the location of this pitch up in the strike zone. Kevin Correa, 0-33, gets on top of it. Smokes it down the left field corner. And yeah, he should have been on second base, but when you're hitting 0-33, sometimes you're just happy to get to first.
Well, that could clog the bases a bit for the Pirates, should they get another hit or two in this inning. Right back to the top of the order, Alex Presley. So 5 of the first 9 Pirates get hits. And Jason Marquis is going to have to get Adrian Johnson to give him the low strike. Umpire's got to see a couple before he figures it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tapper right side. Stairs to short. Right back to him. Great dive by Matt Stairs on an errant throw by Desmond. It'll be a 3-6 fielder's choice.
You see the athletic ability of the former shortstop, a guy that's played first base once this year. Makes it look like he's been over there all season long. Great feed to Ian Desmond. He scrambled back, found the bag. That's the toughest play for a first baseman, a 3-6-3 double play. And Stairs was back in time, and the throw just wide from Desmond. Good feed, nice stop on the backside.
And had Correa gone to second on his hit, he'd be at third base with 1 out now. Pirates instead have a runner at first with 1 down, and here's Chase d'Arnaud. Presley, a running threat. Jason Marquis is a pitcher who you can watch when you're here at the ballpark, and you can really tell how things are going by his body language and his presence on the mound.
Yeah, there's no poker face with Jason Marquis. He'll let you know what he's feeling, how he's feeling, and how he's doing every single time. And so far in this game, he's fighting it like his last start in Anaheim.
Way in on the hitter's hands, and a ball that d'Arnaud could not hit fair. Let's have a look at our Luna second inning feature. Best home records. The Nats in the top 5 in all of baseball. Actually, the top 4 tied with Cleveland. Remember how crazy good the Indians were early? Good company for the Nats. Call Luna, 70% off all flooring. 877-241-LUNA. Shop smart. Shop Luna. 2-1 pitch. Running count. Runner at first holding. Well, he can run now. And as Bernadina has to move over to his right, runner goes to third, and the throw is late. And now 6 out of 11 Pirates have base hits.
A nice swing right here from Chase d'Arnaud. Look at the slider down to the zone. So probably where Jason Marquis wanted to get it. But a good piece of hitting and a better piece of base running from Alex Presley. Just going right in the face of Roger Bernadina. And that's the way the Pirates have done it all season long. They're aggressive on the base paths, just like the Nationals.
Brian Zimmerman tried a little trickery on that line drive, trying to make the runner at first think he was going to catch that ball. Pretty easy base running read, though, for the guy at first, and he's at third now. And here's Garrett Jones. Popped up with runners at first and third in the first inning for the first out. And quickly, no balls, 2 strikes. Target away. Ball driven to left center. Over Ankiel. One hops the wall. Presley scores. Darno coming home. And the Pirates lead 5-0.
Another pitch right out over the plate. Elevated fastball. And Garrett Jones hit that ball as hard as you can hit one in the gap. Rick Ankiel made a nice effort for it, but that ball just carried. Warm day here, a lot of backspin. Look at the location. Top of the strike zone once again, and Ankiel going for this baseball and being so aggressive for it. You get too close to the wall, it bounces over your head. You miss the relay, man, and allows the second run, the trail runner, to score.
Here's McCutchen, who has an RBI single already. Strike one to him.
The phone is ringing in the Nationals bullpen.
3 more hits in this inning. And the Pirates are 7 for 12 today. Ooh. 82-mile-an-hour slider just sitting up there.
Yeah, he doesn't have it today. There's no doubt about that. In the past, we've seen Jason Marquis battle, fight, and his moxie take over, but it's just one of those days. The slider ain't sliding, the sinker ain't sinking, and everything's been about belt high, and the Pirates are definitely taking advantage early in this baseball game. And the thing about this is the Nationals aren't built to score 6-7 runs and rally. I mean, they can. They have the offense to do it, but so far this season they've shown that scoring a lot of runs is tough.
9 runs total in the first 3 games of this series, somehow winning 2 of them.
So this is one of those days where maybe as an offense you pick yourself up off the mat and say, you know what, you want to slug, we'll slug. And they go toe-to-toe. You used to hear guys say that in the dugout all the time. You want to slug, we'll slug. Okay. You pick up your guy. I mean, how many times has Jason Marquis picked up the offense with fantastic outings? Well, today he doesn't have it, so maybe it's up to the offense today to pick up Jason Marquis.
Now the Pirates, they've only really slugged 1 extra base hit, but they are just line driving the Nats to distraction here.
I mean, these guys can't be perfect every single time out, every 5th day. And, for the majority of this season, they have been. And there's certain days when you don't have it. And those are the days when you hope your offense can pick you up and you can spit the hook.
Way outside, 3-2.
This will be pitch number 42 from Jason Marquis.
McCutchen hammers one to the other gap. That'll make it 6-0. He's thinking 3 until the Nats stop him, and Ankiel's arm will do that. And now McCutchen has a base hit and a double today. And how much longer can Davy Johnson go?
And I'll do it.
The answer is no longer.
And how good is this guy, and how do you leave him off an all-star team if you're trying to win the game? I mean, he has done everything in this series, offensively, defensively, running the bases. One of the better players I've seen all season long.
Jason Marquis needed 2 outs today to reach 100 for the season. Well, he did that, but he only got 2 more after that. An inning and a third, 8 hits, and he is done. back and still have 2 outs to get here in the second inning. Expect flexibility with the new midseason flex plans when you come to the ballpark. Pick 3 games, get a 4th one free, and a new era ball cap. Nationals.com/flex. Bring your sunblock. Neil Walker is the 6th Pirate to bat in this inning. Colin Ballister takes over for the Nats. 7 appearances overall with those 9 2/3. Control's been an issue. 6 walks with 6 strikeouts. He goes with the field pitch on the first one and gets the strike with the breaking ball.
Yeah, fastball, curveball change from Ballister. His fastball average is about 94 miles an hour. Got to get ahead of hitters, got to throw strikes.
Little did J.B. Johnson know when he talked 2 days ago about he'd like to have a bona fide long man, or a 6th starter as he called it, out of the bullpen, that he would have to employ one 2 days later. This is very surprising for the Nats to be in the bullpen this early this year.
I don't remember seeing it all season long. You remember they had the streak of all the starters going at least 5 innings for a long time to start the season. I'm trying to figure out a time when the starting pitcher's done this year. And I can't remember once when a starter hasn't gone at least 4 innings.
Marquis' shortest had been 4 at Baltimore in that crazy high-scoring game on May 20th. Ballister goes 3-1 with a fastball outside. Pirates cannot wait to adjust their batting gloves and get into the box today. And off the glove of Stairs. That'll be a base hit. They'll send this runner. Espinosa throws it right beyond the runner going to second base with no chance to get McCutchen. That'll be 7 runs given up by Jason Marquis as we close the book on him.
And Stairs with a good effort. Just another line drive, and it's one of those days. Every hit has fallen for the Pirates. Every ball is on the barrel. And I don't think there's been a cheapie in the bunch. They are definitely squaring up the baseball. And you see the big arm from Danny Espinosa to make this play that close.
And when Walker saw that throw launched to home, he went to second. He's there with 1 out. Here's Overbay. And he lines one to the gap. It's going to be 8-0. What time's it supposed to start raining?
Well, it's raining hits right now. 8 runs on 10 hits. Another double for Lyle Overbay. And that is the 3rd extra base hit from the Pirates. And they are swinging it free and easy. No worries.
This might be the last time they invite SpongeBob SquarePants to the ballpark.
Yeah, blame it on him. Blame it on Dora. Blame it on somebody.
Here's Brandon Wood. Seven runs given up by Marquis, 6 of them earned in an inning and a third.
And I'm being told John Lannon ended that streak May 5th in Philadelphia. Remember that outing? He went 2 innings. So that's the last time we've seen a start like that for the Nationals pitchers. They've been awesome all season long, and it's going to happen.
Lannon threw 54 pitches. In that game, he pitched 6 batters into the 3rd inning, didn't get any of them out. And when the Phillies put 6 on the board, John was gone. Nats lost that game 7-3 to Roy Halladay.
Well, we'll see how Kevin Corrêa responds. A lot of times pitchers have trouble pitching with a lead like that. I think the biggest challenge for a guy with an 8-run lead is to trick yourself into thinking it's a 1-0 baseball game. Sometimes you think you're up 8-0. It's all you have to do is pound the strike zone. You leave balls out over the plate, and that's how you see a slugfest start.
Ballister gets a ground ball. It's in front of the runner, but Desmond will go to first base with it for the second out. Brandon Wood is 0 for 2. And the hitter will be Michael McHenry, the catcher, the 9th Buck to bat here in the second. Guess Kevin Correa knew what he was doing when he didn't go to second base on that hit down the line, huh?
Conserving energy.
5 runs later. And 8 batters later. Finally 2 outs in the inning. And another Ballister breaking ball. This one hit foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Mercifully, on this Sunday, the inning comes to an end. Pirates put 5 more on the board and lead 8-0. Coming up, Ankiel, Ramos, and Desmond. We got a moment to look at the All-Star starters for the National League. The Brewers are well represented. Lance Berkman's got to be the comeback All-Star of the year, huh? And Polanco gets onto the team from the Phillies with Brian McCann starting from Atlanta.
I was about to set the defense right there, but that is a good lineup.
American League, you'll see a bunch of Yankees and Red Sox guys. How about Curtis Granderson with over 20 home runs? Alex Avila from the Tigers, the catcher. And, of course, the home run slugger, Jose Bautista, has to be in there.
How about the National League pitching staff? Matt Cain, Roy Halladay, Cole Hamels, Clayton Kershaw.
Ankiel beats the shift again. When will they learn? He's done that twice this weekend. And in this series, Rick Ankiel is 5 out of 7 with a walk. Nats All-Stars over the years. Lee Vaughn has been there. Soriano had the 40-40 season in 06. Ryan Zimmerman, 09. Matt Capps, and then he was traded, and now Tyler Clippard. He's not going anywhere.
And what an honor to be a setup guy and to be recognized by the National League manager, Bruce Bochy, that, you know what, you're that good. Usually it's just starters and closers, and there have been a lot of setup men over the years that have gone to the All-Star game, but to be noticed as a setup guy, that is a tremendous honor. It's just a testimony to the year that Tyler Clippard's having. I was looking up some numbers of set up guys in the past. Mariano Rivera in 1996, he set up for John Wetland. First half stats, a 181 average against. He was 3-1 with a 1.80 ERA, 70 strikeouts and 19 walks, and Mike Hargrove left him off the team. When you're talking about setup guys, hard to make the All-Star team, so congratulations to Tyler Clippard.
Absolutely. Ramos! This is a home run into the bleachers. Right below it, into the bullpen anyway. And Ramos jacks one out of here, his 7th of the year. And that makes it an 8-2 game on a no-doubter.
I'm telling you, I've seen these games before. It's hard to pitch with a big lead. You think you can throw the ball right down the middle, you got an 8-run lead, and all of a sudden you're going to have a baseball game. And if you think the Nats are going away, you haven't watched a ball game all year. Great swing, Wilson Ramos. All of a sudden, the 8-run lead is a 6-run lead with one swing of the bat.
And it happened quickly for the Nats. With the Ankiel single, the Ramos home run, and here's Desmond hitting ahead of Ballister. Well, they say better early than never, right? Get it done early. At least get the crowd back into it a bit and get the dugout lively again.
He's got to chip away. You need base runners, get guys on. Long way to go in this baseball game. You got 7 innings left to hit. 8 innings left to hit, counting this inning. You go up there and do some little things. Get some base runners on. I've talked to guys with big leads. They'll just sit next to you on the bench and say, man, this is tough. I really got to focus. I have to trick myself into thinking that this is a tie baseball game or a 1-run lead. Because that's where you're used to pitching, especially for the Pirates. And these guys have battled in close games all season long, and I'm sure Kevin Correa, this year at least, is in uncharted waters, not used to pitching with the 8-run lead. So stay focused, concentrate. You know you got a long time to get some runs. This game's not over.
Desmond, good take on a 1-2 breaking ball outside. And he had a big time rip at that one.
Right down the middle. 94 challenge fastball.
Nationals, by the way, have now hit 79 home runs. Started the day 6th in the National League. And Desmond takes one outside, 3-2. Get him aboard, let Ballister bunt. And he strikes him out on a pitch away. Second K for Correa. Ballister the hitter. 2 ball clubs expected to be not where they're at right now, quite honestly. Both in good position, especially the Pirates in their division. They're only 2.5 behind Milwaukee and St. Louis. Those ball clubs have done nothing to pull away, and they're actually ahead of the very talented defending division champion Cincinnati Reds. Colin Ballister, by the way, is 4 for 23 career with 1 RBI. Little tapper hurrying in. Walker close and out at first.
Good hustle, good play by Neil Walker. Colin Ballister smelling the knock right there. He decides to go with the bare hand, and he looks safe. I thought it was close with the naked eye. Let's check it out.
Yeah, it looks like he was there.
The crowd was booing, and this will be the view right here.
That view appears he's out.
Yep.
Gary Cederstrom can hear things down there we can't, such as ball in glove, foot on bag.
Score on board, too.
Roger Bernadina now with 2 outs. And hitters have to take the approach we always talk about in extra innings. Can't hit a 6-run homer. can't hit a home run with every swing, so try to get some guys on base here. I'm sure with 2 outs, it's tempting to go for the downs. He will 2-hop the wall, and that's an extra base hit for the Nats. Good line drive approach by Roger Bernadina, keeping the inning alive.
You want to slug, we'll slug, and it looks like the Nats have decided they are going to swing it today. Good swing by Roger Bernadina. He's looked good a lot lately. You see the front side closed, the helicopter finish staying through that baseball. And you look at the location of all these pitches right out over the plate.
Roger Bernadina in this series has now been on base 7 times in 4 games. That's his 3rd hit. He has 4 walks. Here's Danny Espinosa. Espinosa fouls one off to the left side.
Now he's been good all season long with runners in scoring position. Very calm, sticking with the game plan, getting the pitch out over the plate, waiting for his pitch. And that's the way you're supposed to do it. You can't be afraid to hit with 2 strikes when you have runners out there.
Espinosa waiting for an off-speed pitch. Third baseman to the pitcher. Nats are gone. Wilson Ramos takes a bite out of that deficit, though, with a line drive laser to the bullpen and left. And his 7th of the year makes it an 8-2 game. Talk about teams' records. The Nats at 500. The Bucks a game over. What could possibly be next? How about that? Latest since '97. Both have been at or above 500.
Wow.
So, nicely done. And of course, that was just 3 years after that '94 Montreal team had the wonderful record and were actually playoff bound until the lockout took place.
And I was on that team in 1997.
Correa got the madness started last inning with a leadoff hit. Ballister backs him away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Who were some of the other really good players on that team?
Henry Rodriguez, Moises Alou, some guy named Pedro Martinez. He won the Cy Young that year. A good team. I think Henry Rodriguez and Pedro went to the All-Star game. I'm not sure if it was one or the other or both, but that was the year that O. Henry hit 30-something home runs and drove in 100 runs, and every time he hit a jack, there was candy bars all over the baseball field, and it would delay the game for 20 minutes.
There's a called third strike. 2 Ks in a row for Ballister, and the third inning is underway. First time the Nationals have retired a leadoff hitter. Convergence on the pitch track.
Little 2-2 fastball in the outer half, runs back, backdoor sinker, nice pitch, good location.
Convergence Technology and Citrix are the winning team to desktop virtualization. Call the experts. 301-860-1960 or visit convergencetech.us. Alex Presley 1 for 2, single, fielder's choice, 2 runs scored. Two-0 pitch, popped up left side. Zimmerman using his glove for shade. Desmond there to help. Ryan doesn't need it. 2 outs. If FP Santangelo was in the Nationals lineup today, hitting what he did in that 97 season, you'd be by far the best batting average. Would you have 307?
Yeah, 436 on base percentage. I'm just looking at it, shocked myself. I remember Bobby Cox came up to me around the cage and he said, FP, we were thinking about you for the All-Star team, but we can only take a couple of guys from your team. But I do remember we were playing the Blue Jays right around the All-Star break, and I looked up on the scoreboard, and Barry Bonds was first in on-base percentage. I was second, and Gary Sheffield was third. And I was joking, what is wrong with that pitcher? Yeah, second in the league in on-base percentage at the All-Star break.
Hey, there's nothing wrong at all with a contact guy having a high on-base percentage. In fact, I find it quite refreshing to hear that.
The back nine was not as good, 166. He played half that season with a broken kneecap.
And I'm sure that soft turf in Montreal really helped that. One ball and 1 strike to Chase Darno. He's 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. He'll hit one to left and hit it pretty well. Bernadina was playing shallow. That ball's over his head. Chase Darno with his 5th hit of this series. Batting left-handed. You look pretty sinister with that bill of that helmet way down there. Hey, no cheap home runs in Montreal. You had to hit it well to get it out of there.
A good shot at false hustle right there.
And batting right-handed for the Giants. RBI machine.
Who was that guy?
So you couldn't wear number 7 in San Fran?
No, I tried to buy it off Marvin Bernard, but he wouldn't sell it to me. So I just went with my old number 14 that I wore in college.
Okay.
Glory days. Wow, that made me feel old. Thanks, guys.
I salute you for diving on that turf. I did a soccer game up there in the late 70s, and one of our players came off the field with a nail in his knee.
It was about 1.5 inches thick, and there were seams in it where you'd pull it up and see the cement right underneath.
Yeah.
Andre Dawson left a couple of knees on that turf. And a lot of guys that played in Olympic Stadium over the years, you see them today and they're limping around, and that stuff was just brutal.
Harry Carey called it the world's largest mausoleum. Just not a baseball park. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-1. And they did have plans for a downtown open-aired stadium in Montreal that would have at least tried to, the attempt to keep the team there, but they could never get it financed, and it was never built. And here we are, the Nats in D.C. Two balls, 2 strikes.
When you talk about it, I mean, people are starting to talk about this team anywhere you go around town. I think there's a groundswell of support, and people are starting to realize that this is a good baseball club. And we've seen it from the crowds here at the ballpark, the enthusiasm in this ballpark. And we showed the home record, and I think a big reason for that home record is the way the fans have supported this ball club and gathered around him and been fired up about him.
Balester with a strikeout, and finally the Nats put a 0 up on the board with Zimmerman, Stairs, and Worth coming up. Stripes on that little guy. He's ready for Independence Day. First 20,000 fans receive a free patriotic cap presented by 106.7 The Fan. Nationals.com/tickets for all your Nats ticket promotion and fun information. Ryan Dempster for the Cubs. Jordan Zimmerman for the Nats. And the Nats owe Ryan Dempster a couple. He's 8-1 career against the Montreal-Washington franchise. Ryan Zimmerman based it up the middle first time. A little bit outside. I think Kevin Correa thought he'd thrown a strike. Took a long look into Adrian Johnson after that one.
Hey, Ryan Zimmerman hitting .226, but he's hit into a lot of hard outs. Probably last 4 or 5 games. So the swing is there. He's barreling balls up. He just hasn't had a lot to show for it.
In this series, 1 for 12. Finally got that first clean knock last time up.
The hardest thing as a hitter, too, is when you're barreling up baseballs and you're not getting hits, is to stay with the stance you have. I see guys all the time, they're not getting hits, but they're having a good approach. They're hitting the ball in the barrel. They're staying with their game plan, and they'll change just because there's no results. In this game, you can't control the results. That's all you can control is how hard you hit the baseball on a consistent basis.
Good take by Ryan on 2-1. That's high, and the Nats have another base runner. First walk issued. Let's have a look at our PNC minor league report. Solutions that help you achieve your financial goals. PNC for the achiever in you. Stephen Lombardozzi is 22 years of age. Nats took him in the 19th round in 08. He's done nothing but overachieve. And I bet Steve Sr., who played 6 years in the big leagues with Minnesota and Houston, has passed on some of that knowledge to him. Just having a great run right now. And when you talk about young players in this organization who you will see in the major leagues soon, his is always one of the first names to come up.
Well, he's dominating AAA. You saw the numbers right there since the call-up. 11-game hitting streak. Almost a 400 batting average. Guess what? You might see that guy in September.
Chopper by Matt Stairs goes foul. Matt chopped his way to a base hit first time. Hitting it right down on home plate. And then racing to first base to beat the throw.
Yeah, that's how you get moved up in the minor leagues. You have to show you're better than the level you're at. And as soon as you show everybody in the organization that you're better than the level you're at, generally speaking, you go to the next level. They'll find room for you.
Stairs takes 2-1. Nats are having some thinking man's at bats right here. Zimmerman did not get himself out on some borderline pitches. Took the leadoff walk. Nat Stairs has, as FP calls it, count leverage. And he'll rock this one to center, but right there is Andrew McCutchen. First out here in the third. And the key word there is third. Long, long way to go in this one. But the Nats need Jason Worth to start producing. 3 for 13 in this series. 15 for his last 96.
I mean, every day we come to the ballpark, we're waiting for this guy to break out. The track record's there. You know he's a great baseball player. And every day you think this is going to be the day that he locks it in. And I'm sure he's thinking the same thing. I mean, the work ethic's there. Every day you walk by the cage, Jason Worth is in the cage, working on a swing. He's out here early hitting every day, looking at video, looking at film, trying to figure things out. So it's not like he's just showing up at 6:30 for a 7 o'clock game. He's here 2:30, 3 o'clock every day searching. And that's all you can do. When you're scuffling, you just got to keep your work ethic. You got to keep your routine. You got to stay with the plan and stay with what's worked in the past. We talk about guys changing their stance because they're not getting hits and barreling up baseballs. I've seen guys change their routine because they're struggling, and that's the worst thing you can do. You start changing your routine when you're scuffling, and then you don't know where you started, and you're lost. So when you are scuffling as a Major League Baseball player, or any baseball player for that matter, stick with your routine. And you have to have faith and trust and confidence that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and it's only a matter of time before you figure it out.
Got to be tough when you're a borderline young player, because you know that next tap on the shoulder you get might send you back to AAA. At least a veteran gets a little more time to work things out.
Well, that can be good and bad, right? I'm watching the Pirates. They're playing a lot of these guys like it's their last game, and they'll go back to AAA if they go 0 for 4. There's something good about that. I mean, there's a sense of urgency, and maybe, you know, when you're an established guy, you don't have that same sense.
And Worth will pop it up to center. That'll be 2 outs, and Rick Ankiel coming up. Rick's had a great weekend. 5 out of 7 and a walk. On a fastball away, he thought he could get to it. Correa slips it by him. 1 ball, 1 strike. Correa, by the way, not exactly having a Sunday afternoon stroll here. He's at 52 pitches with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. One ball and 2 strikes with Zimmerman still at first, 2 outs. Correa coming off a 6-inning win when he gave up 4 runs at Toronto. He strikes out Ankiel on a pitch upstairs. Nats have stranded 4 onto the middle innings now here at Nationals Park on a sizzling Sunday. It's 8-2 Pirates. Wilson Ramos, a 2-run homer, his 7th in the second to get the Nats on the board. But up to that point, all Pirates.
Yeah, there was a lot of angry Pirates on the field today. They were swinging the bats. You look at Garrett Jones right here with a double in the gap. And Jason Marquis just didn't have it today. It's just that simple. You can't win a baseball game scoring 2 runs every single night, so it's up to the offense to pick up Jason Marquis today. But how good has Andrew McCutchen been? 8 for 13 in this series, 4 RBI, 7 extra base hits, and he has been awesome. Tough to get out on base, making great plays in center field. And I don't know how he's not on the All-Star team.
Well, to be brutally honest about it, I don't think there are a lot of people at the top of the National League who sit around thinking, how can we get more Pittsburgh Pirates and Washington Nationals on the All-Star team? If he plays somewhere else, FP, he's in. You know, it shouldn't matter, but it does.
Well, a lot of times it's just a phone call from the manager.
There he goes again. Bernadina to his right with a beautiful dive on the warning track. That's the only way the Nats can get Andrew McCutchen out right now.
Great play, Roger Bernadina. And he's playing this baseball game like it's tied up. And that's what you have to do. Approach the game like it's a 1-run baseball game every single day. And a lot of guys, I'm telling you, don't sell out for this baseball in an 8-2 baseball game. That's a great play on the track. He dove on the track yesterday. And when you land on a track like that, it's going to leave a scab all over both arms. What a play. That's a great shot. Head still, ball in the glove. Squeeze that ball tight as you hit the ground. That's a great play.
This will be a little easier, but he's got to run to make it there. 2 outs now. Have a day, Roger.
Well, this is where Colin Ballister has to take a walk around and give his left fielder a blow. You just go to the track, dive on the track, and then you got to come in on a ball like that. You're sucking gas out there.
You know, but if you love this game and play it the way Roger does, he's probably begging this third hitter to hit another one at me.
Yeah, but just in a couple of seconds, though.
Yeah.
Let me catch my breath out there. There's times when you barely get back to your position. You're huffing and puffing. You need a blow.
Overbay is 2 for 2 with a pair of RBIs, and Ballister throws him a strike. Colin Ballister, after giving up 2 hits right after coming in, has settled down here a bit, trying to keep this game reasonable, keep the Pirates at bay so the Nationals have 6 more innings with the bats. Screech on deck. Oh, wait a minute. That's Brandon Wood. Sorry.
Screech probably wants to hit.
That'll be out of play off to the left side. How's the rest of the division doing? The Mets right now just underway at home lead the Yankees 1-0. Braves at home trailing 3-0 to Baltimore. Phillies leading 4-3 in the 7th at Toronto. What else is new? And the Marlins play at Texas tonight. The Nats are a half game up on the Mets and 4.5 up on the Marlins. Washington 11 games behind the Phils. The Braves have won 5 in a row and they're 4 back. And the Phillies trying to win today to go 23 games over 500. That's a half swing. Alan Porter says that's all it was. He checked it. 3-2.
Pretty good pitch, though. It wasn't a strike, but a tremendous amount of break late. Sharp.
And another foul ball off the bat of Overbay, who broke an 0 for 9 in this series with his hit back in the first, then he added a double in the second. Ballister keeps going right at him. Good battle with the 34-year-old from Centralia, Washington, who was with the Diamondbacks for 3 years, starting in 01, and Milwaukee 04-05, and then the Blue Jays for 6 years. before coming to the Pirates as a free agent in December. And pitch number 9 of this at-bat coming. Ballister went off speed, missed. His first walk. Brandon Wood will be next. Last time the Nats and the Pirates will see each other this year, and they've seen plenty of each other. This is the 8th game of the season series. The Nats are 4-3. Interleague scheduling quirk with the Pirates of the Central visiting Washington twice this year. First one was a 2-game series, and the Tuesday game of that set was rained out, causing yesterday's doubleheader. Where's the game flow? That's what we're asking. This one taking forever today because of those Pirate bats. Brought to you by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. And a reminder, if you're having a couple of cold ones this weekend, please be careful and do not drive after drinking. We want all of you present and accounted for Tuesday night when the Nats come back after the holiday. 1:05 tomorrow with the Cubs in the night games, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, before the Rockies are in for the weekend. Two-hopper, Ian Desmond, a little shoveled over to Espinosa, and another scoreless inning for Balester, helped tremendously by the athleticism of the man from Curacao, flying Roger Bernadina. Abe not about to let that happen. Just going to show food will never beat a president in Washington, D.C. Bottom of the 4th inning, the Nats are down 8-2. Rough outing for Marquis. Colin Ballister now comes out after giving up a couple of hits and settles this ball game down.
Yeah, anytime you get a shot in front of your new manager on a big stage, you got to take advantage of it. And so far, so good for Colin Ballister. But is it one of those games for Jason Marquis? He struggled a little bit in Anaheim, up with his stuff, fought his slider a lot, threw a lot in the dirt. And today, you know, he threw strikes. And the one thing you have to give him credit for is he threw strikes. A lot of times guys come out and they walk guys. He hit a lot of barrels today. But you can live with that as a manager.
And the Nats trying to get the bats busy with a long way to go. Wilson Ramos has a home run today. He'll lead off bottom 4. And as mentioned earlier, 55 pitches already by Kevin Correa to get just 9 outs. Right now, Adrian Johnson's not real generous with that outside corner. He got jammed, fights it off. Down the line and right. Will the big man make the turn and go for 2? Yes, he will. And Wilson Ramos has 2 extra base hits.
You know what's great about that double is he hit a home run to left field his first time up, and we've seen him after he's hit a home run to left be a little pull conscious. He takes a fastball in the inner half of the plate, a lot like Pudge did last night. Look at him pull his hands inside that baseball and go the other way. And that is a great sign for the Nationals and a great sign for Wilson Ramos when he's hitting the ball the opposite field. That's when he's locked in. And look at the hustle down 6 runs.
So Ramos with his 7th home run earlier and his 11th double right there. This is a real important at bat for Ian Desmond, because it might still be too early for Davey Johnson to pull Colin Ballister, who is on deck. If Desmond makes it out, having to hit the pitcher could kill the inning. And if Ian can do something, the Nats are in business here in the 4th.
I know it might sound crazy, but I like that second swing better than the first swing from Wilson Ramos. Yeah, it was a nice home run. It got the Nats on the board, but when he's going the other way, and we saw him do it yesterday, that's when he's right.
1-0 to Desmond, 1 for 11 in this series. He'll go right field, and the ball falling into foul territory, unplayable. Nats have 6 hits here in the early going, but they've given up 11, although 10 of those were in the first 2 innings.
And we were talking about it last night, how much Ian Desmond means to this team offensively and how much the Nationals need him to get it going. We've been fighting a little bit lately, a lot of ground balls to shortstop. You look at his swing today, trying to stay on top of that baseball.
He'll bump it to the right side. Over to third base, Ramos on the first out here in the 4th. Nats have drawn 1 walk today and 258 for the season. $12,900 donated from CareFirst Blue Cross Blue Shield to the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Washington, D.C. Take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. Ballister bounced out to second base. If he could do that again, he'll have an RBI. 1 career ribby. Correa off the full windup. Ballister will get a ground ball to third, but Ramos will stay. 2 outs.
And that's the only place he couldn't hit it to get an RBI. Maybe there and back to Kevin Correa, but the rest of the infield was back. Pretty good swing, though. A guy that doesn't hit very often.
Top of the order, Roger Bernadina, 1 for 2 with a double. In the series, Bernadina 3 for 11. One of those a home run, and he's walked 4 times. They'll slap it out to center, and that'll play for McCutchen. The Nats will waste the leadoff double. On to the 5th inning. It's 8-2 Pittsburgh. a better tomorrow.
We love the troops. Every day you and I stand up and applaud them, and we say thank you for what you do.
And some guys boogie on their behalf.
Nice.
You guys got a great future at some of your high school dances, let me tell you. All right, Dad, Mom, Family Fun Pack Day here at the ballpark. A lot of action, most of it the Buccos way, and the 5th inning rolls around with Colin Ballister trying to put a 3rd consecutive 0 on the board so the Nats can keep hacking away. Michael McHenry, the catcher. Kevin Correa, the pitcher. Alex Presley, the left fielder. McHenry has flied to center and struck out.
This is a big outing for Colin Ballister in a lot of ways. Davey Johnson getting a good look at it, but when you talk about a doubleheader yesterday, your starter exits early. He can save the bullpen for a day game tomorrow. So Davey Johnson looking for some serious innings out of Colin Ballister.
And of course, Tuesday night's pitching matchup, not totally announced. Ramon Ortiz, the former Nat for the Cubs. The Nationals will have to make a move to bring a starter for that one.
Ross Detweiler's name has been thrown around.
That ball slams right off the mask of Adrian Johnson. Ross Detweiler right now at Syracuse is 6-6 with a 4.5 ERA in 16 starts, 87 innings, 63 strikeouts, 32 walks. Opponents are hitting .285 against him at AAA. Great breaking ball by Ballister. And for Colin, that'll be his 4th strikeout. Citrix, pitch track.
A good pitch right here. Heading the count 1-2, and he just decides to go with a curveball. And it's been sharp all day today. That's just a tight little curveball. There's nothing you can do. Good pitch.
If your company needs some efficiency with your desktop virtualization, call Convergence Technology and Citrix 301-860-1960 or convergencetech.us. Correa 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Takes a pretty good hack. No balls, 2 strikes.
I mean, Davey Johnson was asked if it's going to be Detweiler, and he all but confirmed it yesterday. So I'm looking forward to seeing him. We saw him a couple of times, Bob, in spring training. We like what we saw. A lot of strikeouts. His fastball velocity is back. He fixed his mechanics from the years past to where he's not throwing across his body so much. And yeah, the numbers aren't fantastic in AAA, but when you get a chance at the highest level, you got to take advantage, and maybe you see the Detweiler that we saw in spring training. We talk about Yuneski Maya when he was here last time. If he would have done a little bit better, they might have thought about bringing him back up. But
Detweiler's major league totals: 2 wins, 9 losses in 24 games, 19 starts, with a 4.74 ERA. And Ballister keeps mowing him down here. That's another strikeout for him, number 5. Rockies will be in next weekend. First 10,000 fans on Friday receive a tricolor cap presented by Miller Lite. FP used to wear one of those. Tickets start at $10. Nationals.com/tickets. Some folks used to have a little fun with that tricolored Montreal ball cap. I heard somebody say they need to put a propeller on top of that thing.
Yeah, we used to call them the clown hats. I think I saw one right behind home plate today, actually. Right above the umpire's head.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, the old M back there.
The old clown hats.
We see those pop up from time to time. Right behind Adrian Johnson. The hitter is Alex Presley.
There's an M and an E and a B in there. Montreal Expos baseball in that logo.
I didn't know about the hidden E and the B. Very clever. I see the B.
I see an umpire. See the E right there? Montreal Expos baseball.
Yeah, the little E right at the beginning. Did not know that.
See, you learn something new in an 8-2 ball game.
That is brilliant scouting right there.
when you play in the organization for 10 years, you know everything about it.
Ballister with a ground ball to Espinosa. Bottom of the fifth coming. More fun facts to know and tell as we invent excitement during an 8-2 game on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Here's our AFCIA sideline report. Visit AFCIA.org, the association for IT pros. Debbie.
Bob, it was 8 weeks ago today that Davy Johnson lost his stepson Jake to complications from a virus. He was born blind and deaf, and his wife Susan told me that Davy was just so crucial in his care, and he was completely dedicated to him. He would take him out on the boat every day in Winter Park, and you often hear that things happen for a reason, and Jake's passing certainly allowed Davy to take the opportunity to leave his home in Winter Park, Florida, and return to the everyday grind as a big league manager without any hesitation, and he is surely inspired by the memory and love of his stepson Jake. Bob, FP.
Great story, Debbie, and everybody in the organization suffered with Davy through that whole ordeal. That is quite a man there, quite a baseball man, quite a family man. And he made an interesting comment to both of us this morning with everything going on with the team getting back and then Friday night game, doubleheader. He really hadn't had a chance to meet with his ball club. He took care of that this morning.
He's been going around doing so many interviews, and with the schedule, the doubleheader, day games, night games, he hasn't had a chance to get to know his guys. So he talked to him today, and it's a process right now. I'll tell you what, and this is no knock on Jim Riggleman, but that clubhouse is a lot different the last week or so.
How so?
It's just loose. I mean, there's music playing. The guys are having fun. You go in there, everybody's joking, everybody's messing around. And I didn't see a whole lot of that early in the season. I mean, it is what it is. I'm being perfectly honest. A lot of times you walked in there and you talk about the character of this ball club. All these guys are together. It's a great group, a great unit, a great clubhouse. But it just has a little different vibe all of a sudden. In a very, very positive way.
1-2 to Danny Espinosa.
And you talk about the clubhouse, I mean, that's your house for 6 months. Whether you're on the road, whether you're home, I mean, that's where you hang out. That's where you hang out with your friends. And when you have a good environment in there right now and everybody generally seems relaxed and loose. And I don't know if it's Davy Johnson or just the fact that these guys are playing really good, but it definitely has a different atmosphere the last week.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And then winning takes care of the rest, right?
Yeah.
You know, it's that old argument. Everybody always says, well, okay, what's first? The chemistry or the winning? Every club's different, probably a combination of both, but I don't think there's ever been a wonderful clubhouse for a team 30 games under 500.
No, that's a good point. And I always wondered that myself, but I think the first step is you got to surround yourself with good people and good guys. Obviously, it can play a little bit. You can't just get a bunch of nice guys that hit 150 in there, but I think you get a bunch of good guys that play the game the right way, and they generally enjoy being around each other, and they root for each other every day. They pull for each other. And you got yourself a good clubhouse, and it translates into wins.
Danny Espinosa strikes out looking, and he's 0 for 3 today.
And a 2-2 pitch from Correa. Probably too close to take. Just nip the inside corner on the pitch track.
Ryan Zimmerman with a walk and a single today.
The one thing you know as a hitter, Bob, in an 8-2 ball game, the strike zone will get bigger as the game goes along, right?
Getaway day, final game of a 4-game series. Pirates are going home after visiting Toronto and Washington. Zimmerman waits for that one and hits it out to center, but McCutchen just kind of seemingly strolling to the ball. That guy is so smooth out there. And the bases are empty with 2 outs for Matt Stairs. You roomed with this guy for 4 years?
I did.
Tell us something about Matt Stairs we don't know.
Well, he used to be a shortstop. And he used to throw the ball about 8 rows deep every time he got it at shortstop. But he's a tremendous athlete. He's a shortstop on the Canadian Olympic team.
Yeah.
And probably the best left-handed hitter I played with up until I was teammates with Barry Bonds.
Who did he root for during the Stanley Cup playoffs?
He's a Habs fan. Expos all the way. Or Expos.
Yeah.
Canadians all the way.
Okay.
But this is a guy that was like the original Vladimir Guerrero, hitting balls at, short hop to plate for doubles in the gap. He was a tremendous bad ball hitter. MVP of the Eastern League in 1991. He turned himself into a prospect.
And by the way, Matt Stairs, it hasn't all been easy street for him. This guy was in the minor leagues for 8 years. Montreal, Boston, Oakland organizations.
He went to Japan and came back. The Expos sold his rights to Japan. He went over there, came back, had to go back to the minor leagues after he played in the big leagues in Japan. Played in the minor leagues for the Red Sox, got back to the big leagues. And hey, you can say what you want about Stairs in the season he's having, but anybody that's still in uniform at age 43 has done something right.
Played winter ball 7 years in Mexico. 1-2, and Matt will foul tip it into the catcher's mitt. And the Nats go in order in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's all Buccaneers today.
Fastball command, 94, 95, bottom half of the strike zone. And so far, so good for Colin Ballister, picking up the bullpen. And this is what a long man's supposed to do. And the starter gives it up, got to eat up some innings. And so far, Colin Ballister has done just that.
Ballister, 11 outs. He's put 3 consecutive zeros on the board. Arno, Jones, and McCutchen for the Pirates in the top of the 6th inning.
That's a good-looking uni. Pants are dirty. Chest is dirty. Played a doubleheader yesterday. Come to the yard, couple of knocks. And you got your uniform real dirty.
I kind of like the Pirates going back to the traditional grays and getting rid of some of the crazy yellows and all that they had way back when in the 70s. Had some good ball clubs back then. Beat the Orioles in 7 in both 71 and 79. Their last postseason, 92. Also when they had their last winning season.
What was the name of those hats, Bob, they used to wear?
Well,
with the stripes around.
A couple of teams did that. I know we had those in St. Louis. They were called Centennial hats because it was 1976 was the 200-year anniversary of our country. And I think it had something to do with the 100th anniversary of organized baseball. So some of the teams had those, and boy, were those goofy.
They were. Didn't Pops give out stars for guys that did good things?
He did. Yeah, they had stars they put on the ball caps. Kind of like the Buckeyes at Ohio State.
And there's one right there.
That's a variation of it.
I kind of like that, handing out stars for good things.
Well, they'd have a bunch of gold stars to put on the chalkboard today.
Yeah, Andrew McCutchen's hat would be full. What a series he's had.
Ballister blows one by Garrett Jones. I remember guys like Al Oliver coming to the big leagues in the 70s and saying how difficult it was to even make the roster in Pittsburgh because of all the hitters they had. And Clemente and Stargell would take some of those guys under their wings.
It's funny, we're talking about the old Pirates teams and sitting down with Clint Hurdle the first game of the series. He was talking about the groundswell of support in Pittsburgh.
Oh, they're hungry. I mean, that's a city used to championships, right? Between the Steelers and the Penguins.
7 sellouts this year at home for the Pirates. That's more than they had all last year.
Good for them.
He said the Red Sox came in and it was just a circus. The crowd was into it.
Oh, we know that here. That happened here 2 years ago. Ballister goes upstairs with the heater on 0-2. Chuck Tanner still a senior advisor to the Pirates. Won 711 games managing them for 9 years, including that 79 ball club.
Sister Sledge, we are family.
Man, and I spent some Sunday afternoons in Three River Stadium. You talk about a sauna.
Now, those old ballparks that were all cookie cutter, all the same. That ballpark was horrible. I hated playing in Three River Stadium. Day games there, the turf got real spongy. The ball would bounce about 20 feet in the air on a blooper that dropped in. Philadelphia the same way. The best thing about all these new ballparks, they got rid of the artificial surface.
And of course the Pirates lost Chuck Tanner this year. Great baseball man. His players thought he was one of the best communicators of his era. They always knew what their roles were. But a lot of those ball clubs would police themselves. You think Willie Stargell was ever the judge of the Kangaroo Court? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Chuck Tanner, number 7. Newcastle, Pennsylvania. So he was a Pennsylvania guy through and through. They have an award they give out every year called the Pride of the Pirates Award, and it's a great honor to get that. He was a recipient of that.
Then after the Tana era and the We Are Family era, it was a Jim Leland era. Jay Bell and Bobby Bonilla, Barry Bonds, Andy Van Slyke, Sid Bream. I mean, those were just fantastic ball clubs.
Doug Drabeck.
John Smiley.
Garrett Jones works long and hard for that walk. Second one given up by Garrett Jones. And before people think they're listening to a Pirates telecast, I guess we better turn it back toward our own ball club and hope they can get something going here in the 6th inning. Henry Rodriguez has been hurting for the last couple of days with that strep throat. Ballister is due to bat 5th when the Nationals come up in the 6th, and Steve McCatty is going to take a stroll out there and see how he's doing. Ballister has thrown 71 pitches in relief here. Hollywood Casino Charlestown Races, where you have red-hot slots and action-packed table games awaiting. Most selections of the All-Star game, no surprise. Yankees, Red Sox lead the way, but a lot of clubs have 4.
And go online and vote for Michael Morse.
Fans' choice.
Not a whole lot else to do right now. Get online. I think you get to vote 25 times. It's not that hard. The guy deserved it. He earned it. And hopefully he makes the team. If you'd have told Michael Morse in April, hey, guess what? You're going to be on the list to be voted in the All-Star game. What do you think he would have told you?
I think he would have said, gosh, I can't wait to see what I hit in May and June.
Yeah.
Which is what he did. MLB.com/vote. You can text it as well. You scratching out everybody else?
Yeah. I messed up first and got Morse's name in.
I'm like, who does he want? He scratched out everybody.
All right. I'm not a homer. There we go. Now he's been fun to watch.
You know the Philly fans are going to be busy with Victorino and the Rockies fans with Helton. One on, one out, sixth inning. And I think one of the reasons Steve McCatty made a visit is that Colin Ballester's work rate has really slowed down here. That's a foul tip by the ever dangerous swinging Andrew McCutchen. 8 for 14 in the series. It took a dive on the warning track by Bernadina to rob him of a double or a triple last time out. So when the Pirates came to town on Friday, he was hitting .280. He's at .293 right now. Had him reaching for a breaking ball.
And it looks like Carlos Beltran made the All-Star team over the guy in the batter's box right now. Beltran 281, 12, and 54. McCutchen 293, 12, and 45.
Yeah, numbers virtually the same. Speaking of that play that Roger Bernadina made.
Yeah, you made a good point, partner. The only way you're going to get this guy out in this series is making plays like that, because he has hit everything on the screws for 3 days.
Guess what the other out he made was yesterday? The line drive off the body of John Lannon that somehow Lannon got. He did have a routine out or two in the first couple games of the series, and there he is again. Andrew McCutchen, 9 out of 15 for the weekend.
And somewhere Bruce Bochy is scratching his head.
Well, you know, a lot of things can change the week of the All-Star game. I have a feeling he might go to Phoenix in a week. We'll see. Somebody always drops off the roster. There's always a change or two. That'll be it for Colin Ballister, who gives the Nationals 12 outs and gets this game into the 6th inning with 1 out. And the fans should give him a nice round of applause. Kept the game reasonable.
That's a nice job. You saw the pat on the back from Ryan Zimmerman. Just saved the bullpen. That's a good outing.
He only gave up 4 hits in that time and leaves here in the top of the 6th. Masson, brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Built so you can rule the air. And by Hyundai, introducing the Hyundai Assurance Trade-in Value Guarantee. See your Hyundai dealer for details. Water taxi from Alexandria up to the ballpark goes rolling by National Harbor there on the Potomac. Beautiful day. And here at Nationals Park, nice crowd, but they've gone pretty much unrewarded except for one swing from Wilson Ramos. 8-2 Pirates. Alex Cora on a double switch will come into play first base, then bat ninth. And then batting fourth and pitching will be Henry Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm finding out something about myself right now watching Henry Rodriguez. When I had that strep throat, I was down for a week. And here he is back pitching in a major league game. Anybody that's ever had that knows it knocks you out. And I am just shocked that he is back so soon.
Neil Walker, the hitter, 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs today. Fastball outside, 96. And he'll hit it right up the middle. Runner at second, Jones had to hold up to make sure it went through. So the Pirates have the bases loaded with one out.
Thirteenth hit of the day for the Pirates.
And 37 hits in this series for the Bucks. That'll bring in Lyle Overbay, who's had a perfect day with 2 hits and a walk. Nationals came into this game with the 6th best ERA in the National League at 3.48. Up the middle, Desmond to his left. Espinosa, he tried to shovel it to him with the glove. And the Pirates lead 9-2. Might be the second time today the Nats went for 2 when they should have settled for 1.
You saw Livan Hernandez do it yesterday on a slow roll to first base, a little flip, not using his hand, and Ian Desmond did it right there, and the ball just got stuck in his glove. That simple.
Desmond's 12th error of the year, Nationals' 2nd of the day. Overbay gets an RBI. Brandon Wood, the hitter, still 1 out. They're going up swinging against Rodriguez. Here comes Worth. Jason has it on the run, and he'll throw it home. 2 outs.
Nice play. Had to figure out if that ball was hit hard or not. He hesitated for a second, came on strong, and made a good throw.
They've hit 3 kind of in-between balls against Rodriguez here. And the hitter will be Michael McHenry, the number 8 man. Well, the Pirates are kind of like the Nats. They don't get many games like this either. They're 3rd from bottom in the league in runs scored. 13th out of 16 teams in batting average.
And that got Wilson Ramos.
Adrian Johnson slowly sweeping home plate.
Yeah, the catcher just wore one for you. You'll see the home plate umpire do that all the time. 9-2 ball game. He blocks a ball. He wears one for you. You give him all the time he needs until he's better. And he is still hurting.
The strength in a catcher's legs required to get through a 6-month baseball season is just incredible.
I mean, it comes with the job territory, right? You know if you're going to be a catcher that you're going to go out there and wear one every single night. It's just a matter if it gets you where the padding is or it gets you where it isn't. I just always admired those guys and how they approach the game on a daily basis. Unbelievable the stuff they go through in the course of a season.
Yeah, then you times that by Pudge's longevity and you're really amazed.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike. They always used to say for a young player, catcher's the quickest way to the major leagues, but it can also be the quickest and shortest career as well.
Yeah.
Just because of the abuse. Two balls and a strike. And Rodriguez misses with the bases loaded.
Especially when you have a good offensive catcher, there's always talk about, maybe moving them out of the catching position to a first base type of thing. I know Matt Wieters made the All-Star game today, and congratulations to him. But when you talk about a guy that hits in the middle of the order, drives in runs, and the length of their career behind the plate, it's always a talking point to see, are they going to catch their whole career, or are they going to move around? It's just such a luxury to have a guy like a Wilson Ramos, a Matt Wieters, a Buster Posey, guys like that, young catchers that can handle a staff, they can throw runners out and add some offense.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners on the move with 2 outs. Rodriguez gets a foul ball, and they keep slamming off the catcher and the umpire here today. And then you think about Craig Biggio, Hall of Fame bound, I believe. Catcher, infield, outfield, right off the mask. Wow. And then back to the infield for Biggio, who played 20 years or so. Just amazing, some of these guys.
And you wonder if Biggio would have played 20 years had he caught his whole career. I don't think so. Yeah. Even though he played like a crazy man with his hair on fire every single night, you put him in the squat with gear on, I don't think he could have done that.
That's a walk that'll bring in a run. Henry Rodriguez went with a breaking ball that was about 3 feet outside. So that closes the book on Ballister. 3 runs given up by Collin. We'll have to wait till the end of the inning to see how many are earned. And the pitcher, Kevin Correa, will bat for the 4th time today. And it's only the 6th inning.
I don't know why he felt the need to throw a 3-2 breaking ball when you throw 100.
That's why I brought it up. It's like, hey, it's 9-2 or 10-2. Here it is. In the air. Right there's Ankiel. And that'll do it. Might be time for a cold one today. Little blueberry cherry combination at Nationals Park. 10-2 Bucks. One swing by Wilson Ramos back in the second. Pirates 3 in the first, 5 in the second, and 2 more in the sixth.
The one bright spot today, besides Colin Ballister, has been Wilson Ramos. The 2-run home run his first time up, and he got all of that one. That ball just makes a different sound off his bat. The swing I really like, the opposite field double, staying back on an inside fastball, a little inside-out swing. So besides taking some balls off his face, off his chest, he's hit some balls hard today. Wilson Ramos having a nice day.
Been watching Pudge with that right field stroke, because Pudge loves to inside out the ball. Worth, Andkiel, and Ramos for the Nats, bottom of the sixth. Kevin Correa, 5 strikeouts, a walk, 2 runs on 6 hits through 5. His pitch count will exceed 80 and probably reach 90 here in the 6th inning. A lot of swings and foul tips. Guys are just a little bit off of his pitches today.
And that's what he does. He keeps you off balance. He throws one fastball 92, the next fastball 88. He's down the zone, hitting corners, hitting spots. And I wondered out loud early in the game, how he'd respond to an 8-run lead. Well, I think he found out on the one swing by Wilson Ramos that he can't just groove the ball. He went back to hitting corners and staying down the zone. He's been good.
And Jason Worth smacked by that one, and he is very unhappy.
I think he's got some protection there on his left wrist, and I think that's where it got him. And he threw the bat down in frustration, but he's waving the trainers off. Let's see where this hits him. Yeah, right on that wrist guard on his left wrist. See that right there? So that might have scared him more than hurt him, but let's hope he's okay. And that's one of those games, and Davey Johnson does this a lot, where you get your guy off his feet. 10-2 ball game right now. I think we're hoping Jason Worth is okay, but that's a good move to get him off his feet in this baseball game.
Well, we saw what happened last night when Brian Bixler ran for somebody.
Well, I will guarantee you one thing. He is not stealing.
Nope. Single-handedly nearly got the Nats back even last night before Pudge got the big base hit to win the game. Rick Andkiel 1 for 2. Nationals have scored in 1 inning today. The Andkiel base hit leading off the second. Ramos followed with the homer. Wilson the double later. Bernadina has a double, and Zimmerman and Stairs had first inning base hits. But Jason Worth struck out with those 2 aboard in a then 3-0 game. Rick Andkiel very aggressive, swings at a lot of balls out of the zone.
He's been good since he came off the DL. If he can just lock in that strike zone and stay in the strike zone, I think he can be a very productive hitter in the second half for the Nationals. But as long as the league knows that you're not going to swing at strikes, they won't throw you strikes. That's why I always used to marvel at Vladimir Guerrero. I don't know if he's ever swung at a strike, but he's a guy that was aggressive, could go out of the strike zone, but put bad balls in play and put them in play with authority. And swinging balls over his head, balls at his ankles, a foot off the plate away, hit him off the fence in right field. So if you're going to be aggressive, you have to be a good bad ball hitter, be able to put balls into play as well as strikes.
Andkiel's bat shatters, and thank goodness it hits a row where there were some empty seats. That flew right over a little girl's head and hit the row behind her.
And look at the spike on that. That's a weapon. We talk all the time about how the maple bats break violently because the wood is more dense. And when they do break, it's very violent. You look at the spear on that bat, and thank goodness that didn't hit anybody. Wow.
I don't know what it's going to take for baseball to do something about that. I fear the worst.
And it's hard. I mean, every single national starter uses maple. When the bats last longer, they're harder. You hit the ball, it goes a little bit farther. They don't splinter. It's thicker wood. I used maple the last couple of years of my career, and there is a noticeable difference between maple and ash. And I totally understand why the guys use them. And what are you going to do? You tell them they can't use a bat that they love. I totally get it. It's only a matter of time, Bob, before something bad happens. But it's hard to tell those guys, okay, you can't use the bat that you've used your whole career, the type of wood that you've used your whole career.
I know a couple of years ago there was a lot of talk around baseball that the ash supply that year was really bad. The quality of the bats wasn't good, and hitters aren't going to put up with that. Look at Ramos and the swings he's taken today. Hit that ball 380 feet the other way. 2 outs.
Yeah, I talked about I like the double better than the home run, and this is why. Look at Wilson Ramos staying inside the baseball once again. He got in a little funk where he was pulling off everything. Now staying inside the ball and driving it that way. That is a good day for Wilson Ramos, something he can definitely build on.
We can always tell a non-home run swing on the Exmo because the bat quivers as it hits just below the sweet spot down toward the trademark. When we see guys hit them out of the ballpark, you don't see that bat shake at all. And guys will tell you when you hit one right on that sweet spot, it never makes it to your hands. The ball just flies.
You don't feel it. When you hit a home run, you don't feel anything. You hear a loud sound in your ear, and that's about it.
Ian Desmond 0 for 2 today and 1 for 12 in the series. And he'll pop it up on the infield. Nats are going quietly into the late innings now. Top of the 7th, Pittsburgh 10, Washington 2. (10-2) Pittsburgh. And don't forget about the Potomac Nationals right down the road. They're having a lot of great things going on for the holiday weekend at Fitzner Stadium. I think today was their Abner Doublehead Bobblehead, or Double Day Bobblehead Day. That'd be a lot of fun.
And I still think there's not one fan that got that and said, this does not look like Abner Doubleday.
Who really knows?
I don't know.
Brian Bixler stays into play right field. Top of the 7th coming up. Top of the order for the Pirates. Henry Rodriguez out for his 2nd inning of work. And 2-0 from Rodriguez. He gets a high strike call from Adrian Johnson.
SpongeBob is scuffling right now.
Wow.
Getting down the stairs. He is getting some serious assistance.
How'd they get him through the door?
One too many Diet Pepsis. He's scuffling.
Bouncing ball right side, retreating to the back. Correa to receive the throw quickly from Espinosa.
When you think about it, he can't, face the field. He's a little bit too wide. Dora's scuffling as well. Everybody celebrating the fourth a little early.
This looks like a major. This looks like a major moving operation here.
SpongeBob getting some serious assistance going down the stairs, and Dora the Explorer trailing.
Wow. Well, we're so proud that she would add Nationals Park onto her worldly itinerary. She's been everywhere. Chase Darno, 2 hits today, 2 for 4. Pirates have 13 of them.
There's Dora. You're on TV, Dora.
What a doll.
She's exploring the stairs right now.
Is that the Nats rally monkey she's carrying there?
Mm-hmm.
This will be a routine fly ball for Brian Bixler, who employed his first baseman's mitt last night. He has his right fielder's glove on today.
SpongeBob must be in the front row. But if I'm in the second row, I'm not too excited about that noggin sitting in front of me.
Well, there is Take Me Out to the Ball game coming up, and it's in their contract to participate in that. And the hitter will be Garrett Jones. I heard they were very close to calling him Sponge FP, but it came out Bob.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Watch it all the time. We're going to have a few Krabby Patties there in the front row.
There's some Krabby fans right now because it's 10-2. One of the reasons, Garrett Jones, 2-run double in the second. That really got the Pirates going toward that 5-run inning. They might have put the game away right at that point. This one playable left field side. Desmond out, Bernadina in. Roger has the call. And a 1-2-3, top of the 7th. Fans will get to stretch in a moment. The Nats will have Cora, and then the top of the order coming up. We have Dora and Cora. With the Pirates, 10-2 Pittsburgh, as the Bucks try to earn a 4-game split here. And then the Cubs are coming in tomorrow. How about some Independence Day baseball? The flags will be flying, the Cubbies in town, and Ryan Dempster 8-1 in his career against the Montreal Washington ball clubs. Nats owe him a couple. Jordan Zimmerman 5-7 with a good ERA. He was 3-1 in June with an earned run average of 0.85. 12:30 Nats Extra. FP and I join you 1 o'clock straight up, and then 1:05. First pitch from Jordan Zimmerman. Bottom of the 7th coming up. Let's check in with Debbie Taylor.
Well, Bob, as you know, Tyler Clippard was named to Bruce Bochy's all-star team today, and he told me he's looking forward heading to Phoenix and facing some of the elite hitters in the American League.
It would be awesome. You know, you don't get to face a lot of those prolific hitters in the American League. You know, we only get to play a select few teams in the American League during interleague play, and to get thrown in a game like that, with the attention that surrounds that game and the players that are involved, I think it'll be kind of a special day.
Tyler said, too, that it was a lot of hard work on his part and help from so many people that helped him earn this spot. 1-0 with a 1.96 ERA and 37 appearances so far this season. He's just been lights out in the bullpen. And, of course, just to remind everybody, vote for Michael Morrison. Also, you can text N4 to 89269 and vote for him through the telephone. Bob, FP.
Yeah, it's amazing what those telephones can do these days.
I met Tyler Clippard's family. They were playing the White Sox. Met his grandmother. She came over and gave me a hug and said, "I don't know who you are, but I just want to meet you." And she gave me a big hug. They have the greatest family. So if you're watching, congratulations to the Clippard family. I'm sure you guys are all going to Arizona. What a wonderful honor.
That is so awesome. Well, you know, folks tend to be a little friendly down there Kentucky way. Clippard is from Lexington. So his old Kentucky home is celebrating on this Sunday. Good for him. Pirates have a new pitcher. Left-hander Daniel Moscus will take over. And Alex Cora will be the first Nats batter here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
So are we going with Cora the Explorer?
Well, let's hope he explores the base paths here for a while. I know who Dora is rooting for. Up and in. Daniel Moscus, 25 years of age, a first rounder 4 years ago, 4th overall player taken. Born in Greenville, South Carolina, lives in Phoenix. Went to high school in California.
A fastball slider change for Moscus. Fastball 92, slider 83. And he throws the change 11% of the time. So pretty much fastball slider.
He kind of found his way back home in college pitching in Clemson. Well, Alex Cora will be on the bases, and that ball will skip right by Alex Presley.
Nice swing of the bat. You get in the game. Welcome to the game. A solid single to left. Are they scoring that a single and an error or a straight double? Well, either way, it's a good swing.
I don't know. Is that considered a bad hop when the ball spins back toward the left fielder and he overruns it? They haven't put an error on the board yet. And the top of the order comes up with Roger Bernadina. I'll give him a 2-bagger. Alex Cora's 5th extra base hit of the year, all doubles. Bernadina has one today in 3 trips. Moscus working from the extreme first base side of that pitching rubber against the left-handed batter. And that gives him a good angle to get that outside corner with his fastball.
They come back and win this game. I'm going to help SpongeBob and Dora down the stairs every single night.
Two balls and a strike. By the way, the Phillies gave up some runs late and lost their game in Toronto 7-4. They were ahead 4-3. They will have bullpen issues from time to time with all their injuries. And Bernadina on 3-1 hits this one a ton out to right center, but it'll play for McCutchen. Identifying the catch and going to third will be CORREIA on the first out of the inning. Mets have been real close to some long balls here, but everything's staying in the park today except for Ramos. Our game flow brought to you by Corona, who invites you to find your beach. Sunday afternoon, July 3rd. Pirates trying to even the season series and ended at 4-4. Have heard a lot of cheering for Pittsburgh hits in the ballpark this weekend. A lot of folks make the drive over here from the Berg. I would guess that other than Philadelphia in the National League, Pittsburgh would be the next closest city to Washington. Similar to the distance to New York, but I think it's a little closer.
Well, I know when I drove out from California to the beginning of the season, when I got to Pittsburgh, I thought I was close. And that last little however many hours to D.C. from Pittsburgh, all through the mountains, winding roads, semi-trucks all over me.
Yeah.
It was gnarly. And of course, it was like at 2 in the morning, and you're just so anxious to get to where you're going. You want the drive to be over with.
My favorite is when it's like really late at night and you're really hungry, and the sign says next exit 40 miles.
Yeah.
On the Pennsylvania Turnpike.
Yeah, it was a windy mountain road, and I was not excited about it.
1 ball and 1 strike to Danny Espinosa, batting right-handed for the first time today. He's peppering that third baseline and has Alex Cora all over the place. Perfect illustration of why runners lead off in foul territory.
Yeah, talk about at-bats in games like this. You're down by 8 runs. It's a 7th inning. You'll hear guys all the time on the bench saying, hey, they all count. I mean, what do they mean by that? Well, a lot of times you lose your focus, lose your concentration. You've been standing on defense all day long. It's a long baseball game, and your mind starts to wander thinking about the next game. But you really have to stay focused and remember that every single at-bat counts all season long. And you have to be a little bit selfish in these situations.
And Espinosa is going to get punched out. Second time Danny's down looking today. He's 0 for 4.
Pretty good curveball from Moskos. Just locks Espinosa up.
Kind of came around the side corner of the plate. That front corner. So here's Ryan Zimmerman, who's had a walk and a base hit today, 1 for 2. This Pirates pitching staff impressive all year, just like the Nats. Their ERA just 1 click below Washington's coming in, 3.47. Two teams seldom blown out, always in a ball game, but not today. Ryan Zimmerman taking on 3-0, 4-pitch walk. He's on for the 3rd time today. That'll bring in Lance Nix to hit for Rodriguez against the left-handed pitcher. Today's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. Lance Nix 1 for 12 with 2 RBIs as a pinch hitter. And even facing a left-hander, they put a shift on here. Way inside.
And Starlin Castro from the Cubs named to the All-Star team today, one of the better young shortstops in baseball. They're coming into town tomorrow. Carlos Payne has been on fire lately.
And Zimmerman running. Nix will drive it to left, and that will move Presley over to grab it, and the Nats are gone in the 7th inning. They've stranded 8 runners today. Some chances here and there, but they're down by 8. Muggy today, but it's all Pirates in this one. 10-2 as they try to split this 4-game series. Expect flexibility with a new midseason flex plan. Pick 3 games, get a 4th free and a new era ball cap, and log on to www.nationals.com to check it all out. /flex. Nats all over the place defensively now. Brian Bixler moves to 3rd base. That's because Lance Nix now plays left, moving Roger Bernadina over to right field. And the new pitcher will be Todd Coffey. So the pitcher is batting in the number 3 spot. If you have the baseball dedication to still be scoring this one at home.
Or next to you.
Look who's up. Todd Coffey and the unstoppable Andrew McCutchen. He really has 4 hits today. Bernadina just took 1 away from him. Todd Coffey tries to go inside corner and just misses in there. So Henry Rodriguez had a couple of scoreless innings, but he did allow 2 inherited runners to score. It's a good breaking ball from one side of the plate to the other. Mets have tied that game at home with the Yankees 1-1, 6th inning. Baltimore bats top 8, still leading at Atlanta. Braves have won 5 in a row. And McCutchen will fly one out to short right center. Rick Ankiel closes on it for the catch, 1 out. Head over to Facebook.com/Masson Nationals right now. You can enter for a chance to win one of 30 Nationals autograph items that Masson is giving away all month long. Neil Walker's had a 3-hit day with 2 RBIs. Crowd of 23,522 paid to see this one today. Neil Walker coming alive today. He was 1 for 7 in this series, and now he's 3 for 4. Pirates will get that team batting average up a couple of clicks. They came in at 241 today, and they've scored 10 runs on 13 knocks. Another one for the center fielder. And Keel, 2 outs. Well, first we were told it was going to rain at 4 o'clock. Latest we heard, 6 p.m. So that probably means around 10 o'clock tonight.
Especially if you're reporting it.
Hey, I'm letting them hang out to dry today. No Bob's bootleg weather today. They got it wrong.
Well, that storm last night woke me up.
5 a.m. Lyle Overbay, 3 RBIs today, 2 for 3 with a walk. And Todd Coffey gets the outside corner with a fastball, 1-2. Brandon Wood is on deck. And he must be wondering what's going on. He's 0 for 4 today.
Well, there's always somebody that wears it in the lineup. I mean, Brandon Wood hasn't checked in yet. Michael McHenry hasn't checked in yet. Whenever we win a game big, you get lots of hits. We used to make the guy that went 0 for ride in the lavatory in the bus back to the hotel.
Debbie Taylor, I noticed that Chin Ming Wong was in the ballpark signing autographs today on an autograph Sunday. What's going on with him?
Well, he actually also played catch here this morning, Bob, and he told me that he feels good. He said his next step in his rehab will be to pitch in Double-A at Harrisburg. And I asked him what's kept him motivated through this long rehab process, and he said, I like baseball, and I want to play in the major leagues again, and possibly even this season.
Well, the report I saw this morning had him throwing up to 91 miles an hour in his most recent start.
Yeah, throwing 90. You remember the prognosis in spring training for Wong. It was not good, really. Everybody worried about him. He had a couple of starts in minor league camp that didn't go well. And talk about the injury that he had. I don't know that they've ever seen that before. All kinds of stuff going on with pins and new ligaments. So, I mean, good for him to be able to be on his way back and have some velocity. 87 to 90 miles an hour. Just a great sign for the organization as a whole.
1-2, and reaching for that one is Wood. It'll hang up for the speedy Roger Bernadina. This one into the bottom of the 8th. Bixler, Keel, and Ramos coming up. Nationals too. And if you're hitting the road, take the Nats with you. Everywhere we go, you can follow us. We call it MLB.tv. Go to Nationals.com and get more details to order. Baseball everywhere, live on demand on your computer or your favorite device. Another inning of work for the left-hander, Daniel Moscas. And Brian Bixler will get his first debut of the ball game. One of last night's heroes, Michael Morse, hit by a pitch. He got on as a pinch runner. Went to second base on a walk and then stole third, scored on a bad throw, and tied the ball game. That was really kind of a pressure release for the ball club. Finally battled back to get the game tied. And then Pudge had a great at bat with a base hit the other way and won the thing.
Yeah, they literally stole that second game of the doubleheader last night.
And he did that against his former teammates. Brian Bixler, longtime Pirate prospect. And as Johnny often says, the pride of Sandusky, Ohio. He'll bounce that one to the left side for Brandon Wood. Look how quick he gets down that line, man. You take one crow hop, he's safe. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, the Nats and the Cubs. Ryan Dempster and Jordan Zimmerman. And then the pitching pairings for the weekend. We're hearing Ross Detweiler Tuesday night against former Nat Ramon Ortiz. Tom Gorzolani Wednesday against Randy Wells. And then Levon goes against Matt Garza. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday games are night games. And then the Rockies come in for the weekend. Rick Ankiel, 1 for 3, base hit, 2 strikeouts. Cubs today leading the White Sox 3-1 at home in the 8th inning. Chicago, another major disappointing summer on the north side. They're 34-50 and 15-24 on the road. One of the high-priced free agent teams in baseball, and year after year the Cubs do not contend. Ankiel is gone, 2 outs.
And time for our fourth drive of the game. Let's go back to the second inning and make it Wilson Ramos' home run, a 2-run shot. You look at the swing right here, just a sinker up out over the plate. You see the reaction from Kevin Corrêa. He knew it had the sound and definitely had the distance. That's our fourth drive of the game.
Made it 8-2 way back when, but now 6 innings later in the 8th, the Nats haven't been able to score. Ramos has been looking to right field since. He's doubled down the line in right and then flied out deep to the wall in right center. And this one playable for McCutchen as Ramos hits it to the track again. Nats go quietly in the 8th inning. 1 inning to go in the series, evidently, and it's 10-2 Pirates. Todd Coffey will get another inning of work here to just try to get this thing into tomorrow without any further damage to the bullpen. The Mid-Atlantic Sports Report guys have the 4th of July off, but they're back at 5:30 Tuesday. Tom Davis, Dave Johnson, Mel Anton, and Phil Wood all having a big barbecue tomorrow, so they'll be ready to talk some baseball, some all-star stuff for you on Tuesday as we track the Nats, our other regional team, the Orioles, here on Masson, and everything you need to know about Major League Baseball on the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report.
I'm excited about the next two teams coming into this ballpark. If you like shortstops,
oh yeah,
probably two of the best in the National League, minus Jose Reyes, Starlin Castro, and Troy Tulowitzki rolling into the yard.
Michael McHenry for the Pirates, leading off the top of the 9th. Todd Coffey, a fastball outside corner for a strike. Well, when a game gets off to a start like this, it could have been a lot worse for the bullpen. Colin Ballister, 4 full innings, 2 earned runs. Henry Rodriguez, 2 scoreless innings. And Todd Coffey trying to duplicate that. And the Pirates just got 2 scoreless innings from Daniel Moscas in relief of Kevin Correa. Bucks about to get back into divisional play. They play the Astros for the next 3 days. Then the Cubs will leave here and go to Pittsburgh for the weekend. Clint Hurdle's team is about to go into the final week before the All-Star break, 2 games over 500. Another line drive by a Pittsburgh hitter. First hit of the day for McHenry, and that'll bring in Xavier Paul to hit for Moscas.
That is a nice salvage for Michael McHenry. 1 for 4. You don't want to be that guy when your team has 15 hits. And trust me, I've been that guy before, and it is not a good feeling. Everybody else is laughing in the clubhouse, and you have to fake it and laugh with them and pretend like it's all you care about is that you won 10-2. And that is the most important thing, but it's tough when you're the only guy on the team without a hit.
Well, you want to contribute, don't you?
Yes, absolutely.
Up the middle, Espinosa to the bag, a step, a throw, and a 4-3 double play. Nationals finally got a ground ball that wasn't perfectly placed in between somewhere to prevent that.
Well, a lot of those ground balls that were perfectly placed were hit very, very hard.
Alex Presley, the hitter. He's 1 for 5 today. Todd Coffey misses low, 1 ball, 1 strike. For the Nats in the bottom of the 9th, Desmond, Cora, and Bernadina, the due-ups. Davey Johnson was able to get Jason Worth off the field and Ryan Zimmerman off the field toward the end of this game. That's a fastball high in the zone, 1-2.
Tried the front door sinker right there.
Bases empty, 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Pirates have out hit the Nationals 15-7. And the Pirates have 39 hits in this 4-game series. All right, 40. Right off the mound and then scooting up the middle. Second hit of the day for Presley.
I got news for the Pirates and Alex Presley. He's not going back to AAA. I mean, this guy's impressed me probably the most out of all their young players in the weekend series. I mean, his swing is so short, so compact. He's not easy to fool. He's got tremendous speed. He's hit the ball with pop to all fields, left field, pulled the ball down the right field line, goes back up the middle, plays his position very nice. I think his days as a minor leaguer are done.
6 for 18 in this series. Not often you get to see a brand new guy 18 times in one weekend. That's a high chopper over to Bixler, foul. Chase Darno, couple of hits today, 2 for 5, and he has 5 hits in the weekend. Ball game approaching the 3-hour mark here. And a good one by Coffey. Counts even, 1 ball, and rather he's in the hole, 1 ball, 2 strikes is Darno. And a little flare out to left center. Long way to go for Lance Nix, and he will get there. So the Pirates will pound out 10 runs on 16 hits today. Nationals down to their final outs.
Ninth inning update. Well, the update, as you can see right there, not pretty. 10-2. The Pirates have had the bats attacking the Nationals all afternoon long. They got an 8-run lead. Johnny Holiday and Ray Knight will be along with that Esther Post team. Brought to you by WB Mason in a moment. Just one of those days, huh, Ray, from get-go, inning number 1.
Yeah, my thought is you just turn the page, Johnny. You have about a dozen of these a year, and where your starting pitcher doesn't go deep, and it just seems like every pitch is thrown right down the middle, and the guys don't miss it on the other team. Pirates, good young ball club. They've impressed me this series.
Pirates had their hitting shoes on from the very first inning, but that is why we play 9. Let's go back upstairs, and the job is to get this thing tied or maybe win it in the bottom of the 9th or extra innings. Let's go back to Bob at FP.
All right, Johnny, we'll see how big an inning the Nats have in them. Right-hander Chris LaRue was just recalled by the Pirates today, and they add him to their bullpen after they dropped Tim Wood the other night. And he will face Desmond, Cora, and Bernadina. Xavier Paul will stay in the ball game and give Andrew McCutchen a bit of a breather here. I'd say that guy deserves one the way he's been hitting. And Josh Harrison will play second base.
And Ian Desmond needs a feel-good hit.
Ian 0 for 3 today, 1 for 13 in this series against the Pirates. Desmond and Zimmerman were always two of the Nats who had pretty good batting averages against Pittsburgh pitching, but not this weekend. Ryan went 1 for 13 with 3 walks and an RBI. Two and 1. 1 o'clock tomorrow. Ryan Dempster, Jordan Zimmerman. That's extra, 12:30. First pitch, 105. And a 2-2 to Desmond. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Well, the Nats were out hit pretty handily in the series in Anaheim by the Angels, and the Pirates have come right into Washington's own ballpark and pretty much done the same thing. 40 hits in the series for the Bucks. Alex Cora came off the bench after playing first base and got a double last time up.
And if you can split a series where a team gets that many hits, that's a good thing. You have a 4-game set and a team gets that many knocks. A lot of times you don't win one game. So the fact that Nationals scrapped and clawed to get 2 wins, I think it's a good series.
Alex Cora will take one high in the strike zone, 1-2.
And it's funny how Alex Cora's career has come full circle. He started out with the Dodgers as a rookie, playing for Davey Johnson. Now here he is, maybe in the twilight of his career, playing for Davey Johnson.
And I think everybody expects Alex to be at least a coach and a manager sometime soon. We've seen him on numerous occasions already since Davey came aboard, keeping himself close to the manager, soaking in some things here. Good baseball man. He'll only learn more. Little pop fly to the shortstop, 2 outs. So the Pirates are 1 out away from a pleasant short flight home back to the Berg. And the Nats will start thinking about the Cubs coming in. That'll be another 4-game series starting tomorrow. Roger Bernadina 1 for 4 today. And a check swing. That's a strike, and it's 1-2. Roger Bernadina keeps things alive with his second base hit of the game.
They all count.
That'll be his fourth of the series.
You never want to make the last out of a ball game. I don't care what the score is. And we've seen Roger Bernadina lately really fight with 2 strikes on a consistent basis. I sat down with him the other day in Anaheim and said, hey, my favorite part about what you're doing right now is how you're battling with 2 strikes as you see the rally hats. But there's nothing worse than making the last out of a baseball game.
He'll go to second base, at least try to, but Espinosa fouls it away. Pittsburgh. They scored 8 runs in the first 2 innings. Danny Espinosa into the gap in right center. Bernadina might come around third base and score. On the throw to second, Espinosa safe, and Roger holds at third. So Danny Espinosa salvages a hit from the afternoon.
Yeah, that's what we used to call it, a salvage. You turn an 0 for 4 into a 1 for 5. That's a great day. And like I said, they all count, and in these games you have to be a little bit selfish. You have to bear down on these at-bats when a lot of times your focus and your concentration isn't where it should be. That's a good at-bat. And you take a potential 0 for 5 day and turn it into a 1 for. You got something to show on the day, and good hustle right there, stretching that into a double.
Pudge Rodriguez will hit in the pitcher's spot here in the 9th inning. Why not? Runners at second and third with 2 down. And a good take on a ball outside, 2-0. That's ball 3. Pudge will deal with a 3-2 count now.
And he would gladly take RBI's number 20 and 20 run right here with the swing of the bat.
Pudge not going quietly by any means.
Are you kidding me? In his mind right now, this is Game 7 of the World Series. That's the way he takes every single at-bat. That's his approach every single time up there. He is not giving anything away. He never does. He battles to the last out every single time he gets in that box.
And Pudge will hit one to right. That is caught by Garrett Jones, and the game is over.
Good swing, good at bat. Hang with him. A nice play by Garrett Jones. He was playing very shallow on Pudge. He saw that base knock last night, and that's a good play. A little shoestring catch right there to end it. Good at bat from Pudge, and a better play on the backside.
Nats dropped this one on 9 hits, but they gave up 16, 10-2, and the 4-game series is a split. Join us tomorrow for the Nats and Cubs on Independence Day. This has been a presentation of Masson. Stay tuned. Nats Extra coming up next. On to the Cubs tomorrow. 4-game series done. And from the booth, so long for just a while.